Keefe D, this is interesting. This is not going to work. I'm just going to make this very clear. This is not going to work. It's a good attempt on Keefe D and his lawyers, but this isn't going to work. And I'm going to explain why it's not going to work. So let's go over the article first. Keefe D's lawyers have claimed that the statements he made regarding 2Pac's murder were just for entertainment purposes. Ha! Funny. Keefe is the only person to ever be charged with Pac's 1996 murder and faces trial next year, having pled not guilty. The former gang member's legal team have now requested that he be released from jail ahead of his trial and be granted bail, which he has been refused ever since he was arrested in September. According to KTNV, his attorneys listed a number of reasons for the request in their motion, including that many public statements made by Keefe D relating to the murder of the rapper were for entertainment purposes. They claim the prosecutors have relied on excerpts from Davis's 2019 book, Compton Street Legend, which was also co-written by Yusuf Ja, and did not delineate, how do you say this word? Did not delineate which parts of the book, if any, were written by Dwayne. They also reference interviews for their client has given about 2Pac's death in recent years, claiming an outstanding amount of hearsay and speculative testimony was presented to the grand jury that chose to indict the 60-year-old. The truthfulness of the content of the interviews was never verified. They argue in the filing the book and interviews were done for entertainment purposes and to make money from a situation that the LAPD officers and others had already profited from. Keefe D's lawyers also claim that he's been suffering from ill health while incarcerated. He previously revealed a colon cancer diagnosis. He's not getting his bi-monthly oncologist checkups. Additionally, his heart health has declined. The petition reads he was put back on a group of medications to try to get things under control. He has to take these medications in jail because he is unable to do the things necessary to maintain proper health. His diet in jail is terrible. He is given heavily processed meals full of sodium that barely pass as food. Keefe D, yeah, so then it talks about the rest. First off, that sucks. Heavily processed foods. I mean, what do you expect? You're in jail. Somebody should put money on his books, family members, stuff like that, especially if he went down making money doing interviews. So that's one way to kind of avoid that. But I don't know. I've never been locked up, so maybe there's other ways to do it. But that's a whole different situation itself. Now, you can't claim for entertainment purposes only. The reason why is because when you not testified, but when you confessed to, the Las Vegas Police Department or the detectives, Greg Kading and whoever the other guy's name was, I always forget. You basically said the same thing you've said out in public. That's why you were arrested in the first place, because you thought that you had immunity, and what you said at that time was that you could, after you admitted it to Greg Kading and Las Vegas Police Department, all the detectives, all that stuff, after you admitted all that stuff with 2Pac's murder, you could then go out and say it again out in the public. And that wasn't the case. We went over this 90 million times, and it wasn't the case. And you're telling the same exact things you told Greg Kading and all those detectives in Las Vegas and all that. So if you're saying it's entertainment purposes, that means you lied to Greg Kading as well, because you gave him entertainment purposes, which means you would be locked up regardless. So you see what I'm getting at? Because Greg Kading and all the detectives in Las Vegas, all that, the police department, all that, the feds, whatever the hell you want to call them, all them detectives, they said that if you lie in this proffer agreement that we have with you, then you could be arrested if the stories don't line up. So if he's saying it's for entertainment purposes, that means he lied, right? Because he's telling the same exact story outside. Now, maybe on the outside he added some little spice here and there for some things. Maybe. I don't know, because we don't have the full interview of what Keefe D told Greg Kading. I don't think we do, at least. I could be wrong on that, but I haven't found anything that's a full interview. We have the documentary. What's the documentary name, man? I was just watching it, too. The 2Pac and Biggie with Greg Kading, the one he made. Murder Rap. I think it's called Murder Rap. Yeah. So if you're saying entertainment purpose, that means you just lied throughout the whole thing. So you would get arrested regardless, because you can't lie to detectives. The stories don't add up. They can arrest you. So this is not going to hold up. I doubt it will. It's not going to hold up. I'm not even going to say I doubt. It's not going to hold up. This is the last straw that he's grabbing at to hopefully try to get some type of freedom before his trial starts. And it's not going to work. I'm just, anybody with common sense knows that this is not the case. He did not just fabricate a bunch of stories in his interviews and became, he's lying about 90. All stuff is entertainment. Some of it is truth. Even if he did add, spice to stories, I'm willing to bet 70, 80, damn near 90, I'll say 80% is all the truth of what he told Greg Kading and stuff. And 20% is just brother love, show me some love, brother love, that type of stuff. The little extras on there. Brother Love's got his own problems, so Brother Love can't show no love because he's shown a lot of violence towards people, not love. So it's not looking good for Brother Love as well. So I'm sure Keefe D has his own kind of. I would have, man. I wish. Man, this would have been a great interview that I would have loved to have seen. I wish Diddy got hit with all this stuff before Keefe D got locked up because I would have loved to know Keefe D's response to all that. Brother Love, what happened, Brother Love? You got So I that would have been cool, but it is what it is. That's not the way the universe wanted it to happen. So we'll keep our eye on this, but that's definitely not going to hold up. And I don't know why. I guess his lawyers have to try something. There has to be something that they have to try, especially if he's paying them good money, and maybe, hopefully, he's not wasting all of his money on lawyers, all the money that he made from interviews, books, all that. If he is and doesn't make it out, it's going to backfire because you just spent all that money and then you're locked up and then your family doesn't have any money. So me in that situation, honestly, how old is Keefe D? In his 60s, something like that. I would hire some of the best lawyers. I want to hire the best, though, because just the chances of it, the way I would view it, the chances of it, admitting to Greg Kading, all that stuff, I just got to take my hit, man. I had all this freedom all these years. I'm alive. I lived up until 60. 2Pac never got that luxury. Biggie never got that luxury. A lot of people haven't lived till they're in their 60s. That's a luxury in itself, living long and growing old. A lot of people clown old people, but that is a luxury to live that long. And then to be able to tell your story and to be, at this level of kind of fame, infamy, not many people get. So I personally would be like, it's been a good run. I'm going to give all my money that I made from all this stuff to my kids and my grandkids and all that, my family. I would just accept what it is. And I know it's hard to say. And even at 60 years old, it's still hard to do. But, it's not worth putting all the money into lawyers and all that because, if it doesn't work, you just spent all that money for nothing. Now, there is a chance you get out. But if you get out, you're just going to keep doing interviews. Maybe you can make money, and maybe that's another chance to kind of re-up and come back. But the chances of that are so slim that I wouldn't even take those chances. So we'll keep our eye on this, man. It's not looking good. It's not going to happen. I doubt he's going to get out. I'll be genuinely surprised. If that happens, there's something going on with Brother Love at that point. Maybe they need Keefe D to talk about Brother Love. I don't know, because that's the only way I can see. If they somehow tie this to Diddy in one way or another and figure out ways and give Keefe D some type of, the chances of that are like 0.001%. It's so slim that we're literally shooting at a fucking galaxy here and hoping we can catch something. Like, it's just so slim here. So, yeah, we'll see.